Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to IQI Weekly International Prop Chat, episode 71. My name is Sue Wong, international property consultant. On behalf of IQI Global, Asia's largest real estate firm, and a member of JUI I would like to thank you for tuning in and supporting our program. This program features various real estate opportunities, global investment criteria, at the same time sharing some of the latest, hottest investment opportunities in different countries. So do join us every Friday at 9:30 on Facebook Live. So today our sharing is about whether to invest locally or invest abroad. And this is a part two of our sharing. And with me today, I have my very good colleague, Danny Low. And yes, everybody, please welcome Danny.
Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Sue, for the great introduction of our program. And for those who join us for the first time, do follow our page and give us a like if you like our program, because from time to time, we will actually share a lot about real estate investment and also the lifestyle in other country. So, you can get a taste of that country's flavor before you can start flying again. Thank you.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So, yeah, so it's always fun to do live with Danny because he has a lot of things to share, and yeah, so we learn from one another. Let Danny.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah, Danny has been a very experienced property negotiator and international property consultant as well. So, Danny, do you have any in your years of practice, do you have any unforgettable incident or a great experience as a property agent? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Because we are dealing with people every day, right? So
Mm,
when let's say when you get like 500 people, you will get certain unforgettable events.
mm,
So okay, like there's this story that I always share with some of our newer members.
mm.
Is that people will ask you questions that you will not think about it.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I was in my rookie year the time.
Mm.
Okay, rookie year, first year. Okay,
Okay.
very blank.
Mm,
So this madam actually interested in one of the KL Central project that we
mm,
are marketing.
mm,
So it's a luxurious project.
mm.
Everything is above 1,000 ringgit per square feet.
Yep.
So this madam actually asked this question: how much water can the swimming pool fill up?
Of all
Okay,
the questions.
yeah, this is not a joke. Yeah, this is a legit question in the
Okay.
sales gallery
Okay.
where me and my team members was stunned by the question.
Okay.
So
Is there a
yes,
reason for her to ask that question?
I'm not too sure about that. Okay, the pool is more or less like a Olympic length.
Mm.
Okay, so I actually asked like, what? What's your question again, madam?
Mhm,
Sorry.
mhm, mhm,
How much water can it fill up?
mhm,
So because the staff in the sales gallery is a very good friend.
mm,
Okay, so they actually support us. They actually take out the whole architect book, okay, the floor plan, everything, which is
mm,
this thick, and then
mm,
we went into the pool.
mm.
And yes, the staff actually managed to tell her how many gallons of water that it can be filled.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
I would imagine.
this is 100% true story in my first year. I was like, wow.
Okay, okay. But I imagine like if you want to know how many liters of water, right? You can just
Yes,
have to calculate according to the size of the pool, isn't it? So
and yeah, and also how deep it is,
the depth
the
and the
depth.
width and the height, right? So then you
Yeah,
can get a kind of a cubic liter, right? Of
yes.
the water. But I mean, nobody expect that kind of question. I would have been caught like stunned as
Yes.
well. Why are you asking this question?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
I
funny.
think, yeah,
Mm.
I think that I will not forget about that question. But too bad I forget about the answer. Because it's been like what, 7, nearly 8 years already.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. Okay, yeah, yeah. I too have a kind of incident where it's sort of going into our job, working as a professional in helping the client. So I have this couple that comes from Singapore,
Mhm.
and they are very adamant that they want to look at buying a property straight away in the middle of KLCC around that area. So
Oh.
my take is that maybe you should, because it's a high investment, right? I say, maybe you should just rent first, and then you see whether do you like the old area, only you buy and all this. So, but they decided against what my advice, but they still want to put in an offer and all this. But in the end, it had I think, yeah, God make it that such that there's something happened, and then the deal didn't go through. So
Mhm.
they had to rent, because by the time it was too close to like festive season, and then they really want to settle in, so they had to rent. So little do I know that 6 months after they stayed in the address that they want to buy, they decided that that place is too noisy to their liking.
Oh, okay.
So they actually, in the end, later, after 6 months, they decided on another area that's slightly, away from the KLCC. So yeah. So I think that's part of the job lah, that we do, right? I mean, it feels good that you don't push somebody into buying something, and then for them to only later found that it's a big regret that they don't enjoy staying the place with the hefty investment. So
Yes.
yeah, that plays a part as a a real estate agent, or when we give advice as well. Yeah, so that, I think, that story tells me that yeah, as a professional, we try to think for our client, and not like push them into buying something, even though they think that it's right for them. But maybe you have to see and feel first, and see, and give them the advice that is valid to your own professional judgment. Yeah.
I'm actually very relatable into
Mm.
your point of view, because I always think that, our job, besides being professional, we're
Mm.
actually sort of like matchmaker.
That's right. I have the
Yeah.
same feeling as
So
well. Mm.
we we are not there to, like tell you, okay, this is gonna be a very good husband, or this is gonna be a very good wife for
Yeah, we
you.
cannot
Okay.
guarantee that.
We
Yeah.
cannot guarantee that.
Mm.
What we can do is that, we match your requirements, and
Mm.
then we introduce you that.
Mm.
That's why in the process, like, because we are trained under GYIQI, we are very
Mm.
careful in that, because some real estate might be someone's home, okay,
Mm.
not just investment.
That's right.
Because investment tools, sometimes you might not put so much emotion inside. But
Mm.
when you talk about home, right, it's a very
Mm.
emotional thing.
Yes.
So we are this. I think this is how our team be uh, trained, and this is how we try to serve our clients as well.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, time to sell a bit on IQI as well. IQI is one of the, I think, fourth thinking company with the latest technology always been introduced into
Mhm.
our IQI platform. So we are really proud of that. And then the IT team always bring in new features and all this into our IQI platform, so that we can really present projects to our client, like really let them compare side by side, and very easily. So that is why we are proud to be with IQI as well, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay, we should continue on our sharing on
Yeah.
the more appropriate to our team today. Okay, so So local property versus overseas property. So just in case the audience has forgotten, maybe we'll just run through what were the one that we shared in part one. So in part one, we actually shared about the advantages of investing in local property and also overseas property. So let us refresh memory about what are the advantages of investing in local property. Okay, Danny, you would like to start first?
All right. For local property, of course, we have a lot of advantages.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
So, sorry.
We have the familiarity
Yeah,
of
familiarity
location.
of the
Yes,
location.
yes. And
And
then we
then
have, mm,
we can see and inspect the property easily.
yes,
Like
yes.
today, if
Mm,
you want to go to Desa Park or whatsoever, you can just
mm.
travel there because we do
Yeah,
not need to wait for the border.
yeah.
Then possibilities of assessing the tenant.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We can assess the
Yeah.
tenant and can meet them face to face, right? And then,
Yes.
so we also, because we invest in locally, also we use the same currency. So, we don't have to
Yes.
worry about currency fluctuation. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and of course, loan is easier.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, if we work here and then we it's easier for us to obtain a loan from the local bank. So these are the advantages of investing in local property. So tonight we also want to also give you a picture because it's of course it's not all rosy. We have to be
Mm.
careful as well. There are some other consideration that might you might have need to bear in mind. There are something that it is not we would consider disadvantage, or maybe some facts that you need to beware when you make your investment locally. So Danny would
Yeah.
like to share with us.
Yeah, because we have to balance both sides.
Mm,
In whichever investment or financial decision that we are making, there's
mm,
always pros and cons.
mm,
So today we are looking at the disadvantages as
mm,
well.
mm,
Yeah, I think the first one for me will be a long-term investment, okay?
mm,
Because real
mm,
estate will be a very long-term investment compared to the rest.
mm,
Especially that we are in the ages of cryptocurrencies. So a lot of people will jump into crypto. Okay, maybe they will be like, okay, today I put in certain capital, and then
mm,
by luck, by hype, or by whichever reason, I get
mm,
back 300% return.
mm.
Yeah, this don't work in real estate, yeah, everyone. Okay, so it's a very long-term investment,
Yeah,
and you cannot expect things to, grow, overnight. Yeah,
the
and
short
of
term.
course, we will think that it's very dangerous as well, because today I'm gonna buy this house for 500,000.
Mm,
Then what? 1 week, 2 weeks later, it double up. That strikes fear in everyone.
mm,
So in looking at this as a disadvantages, what we look at this as also a sense of security, because
mm,
the market is stable. Of course,
mm,
I do have friends, including myself.
mm,
We invest in
mm,
cryptocurrencies,
mm,
forex, stocks, all this. Yeah,
mm,
those is you can do short terms with that, but not real
mm,
estate. So if you're
mm,
in need of money, right,
mm.
you have to think that you're gonna put in this amount of capital in real estate. Okay, this is gonna be here for a long time. Yeah, to see certain result as well. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So, real estate is something that you need to consider it as a long-term investment, not like
Mhm.
stocks, not like any other maybe mutual fund, currency investment, or cryptocurrency investment, or etc. So you can't jump in and jump out. So you need to really have a long-term plan for that, right? Okay.
Yes.
Uh, Other things that I can think of is high entry costs, because like when you buy into real estate, you a lot of other costs that it's not stated in the price is like it's hidden, somewhat hidden, but you need to be aware of, because these are the real costs that you need to come up with money, right, upfront. So like when you purchase a property, then there is always the stamping duty, the legal fee, and then the loan legal fee, loan stamping duty, etc. So this cost, it can be hefty. Say for example, if you buy a property of 800,000, then the stamping duty itself will be about 18,000. So and then loan stamping duty can be about 3,000 something. So and all adds up, it can be like the total of upfront costs can add up to about 30 over thousand. So on top of your down payment, say usually you have to pay a down payment of 80,000, say 10%, right? 800,000, so down payment of 80,000. You have to factor in another like 30 over thousand. So make your overall investment becomes first initial payment becomes a lot higher,
Yes.
that will be about 100 over thousand, 120,000 around there. So this hefty cost is also something you need to think about, because this is a hefty initial cost. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and after you get the property, you also need to furnish, maybe, right? Some
Yeah.
property comes empty. Yeah. Mm.
Especially furnish and renovation is all cash term.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Mm.
you have to prepare a big amount of cash for that.
Yeah, so the cost of investing is there. So you need to be ready with the initial cost that you can put in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And also another point that I can actually think of is that, waiting time before you can get your return.
Yep.
Okay. So treat it as this way, like, real estate, and you buy real estate to invest is the same that, more or less the same that you're opening a shop. You need to wait for customer to come in. Okay. You need to rent out your real estate.
Yep.
So during the vacant time that maybe your agencies is looking for suitable clients for your house. So maybe it take 1 month or 2 months. So that part of the time that of course you will not get any form of return.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wait.
So you have to prepare for the waiting time as well. Because I do came across some people, they run on a very, very tight budget where, upon completion, they have to rent it out within 1 month, or else, they will burn their savings for their repayment.
Mm.
This is actually quite dangerous because,
Mm.
for us, we want to leverage on real estate, not, feeding out your hard-earned money every month. Of course, the house will be yours as well, but we have to prepare ourselves for it.
Yes.
Then, some people will blame that, how come my house is not renting out, it's already completed like 1 month, 2 months or what, especially when COVID comes. So a lot of the investors, okay, that's on the high line ones, okay, I'm talking about on the high line ones,
Mm.
where they suffer a lot because of this,
Mm.
especially they did not plan their financial properly.
Mm.
Yeah, all these things can be avoided if you get a proper consultation. Okay, your repayment ability, all this, and also how much holding power especially
Mm.
you have,
Mm.
or
I.
else the
Mm.
house will end up in auction. Yeah, I
Well,
mean, yeah. You can't
that's
pay,
the,
right?
that's the worst nightmare, right?
No, that's actually still okay. If the bank get back the money they want, they have the surplus, they still
Mm.
can get back to you.
Mm.
But sometimes it might end up in a loss. So
Yes.
we actually want our viewers to
Mm.
remember this, that we want you to make money out from real estate. Okay,
Mm.
we don't want you to suffer any losses, because
Mm.
real estate takes time and it is very solid. So you cannot be like, okay, right now I'm down like 20%, right?
Mm.
Okay lah, never mind, I sell it within hours. No, when you sell it, you need to find someone to buy it.
Mm.
That's also another waiting time over there. All
Okay.
right. So be smart in that, and also get proper consultation on it.
Okay. I
Yeah.
must share this story with you. When I was still very young and naive and very green,
You are still very young.
We make a couple of mistakes, like those days, we bought the first investment property way, very, very far in Bukit Rimau, I remember. So the
Mm.
investment property there actually, and then after that we got the house. For months we didn't hear anyone want the rent. The agent didn't even want to rent because no one is there. Nobody want to list our property. so so we were
Yeah, I
waiting
get
like,
it.
yeah, is it time yet?
Yeah, I've been to Bukit Rimau, like one or two projects over there, for
Mm, mm, mm.
visit,
But I mean,
because
now it's already a very nice township. But way back then, it was only
yes,
like maybe a few rows of houses, and we were one of the first one before the link, right? The exit link was even built. Okay, so can
yeah,
you imagine? So we were like, wow, when?
yeah. That's why a
Mm,
lot of the investors, they actually forget about this part,
yes.
especially waiting time.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. So that part can be killing you because you are sitting on a property that you have to pay every month, service the loan every month, and then no agent want to list for you, no tenant is asking for your property, and yeah, it can be quite sad, and you can really like pull you down from heaven to earth, right?
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that. What
Okay.
about other things that you actually think of, Sue,
Yes.
about the
Other
investing?
things of investing in a property is also the high upkeep cost as well. Like, property, when you come to upkeeping the property, right? It's actually will cost a lot of money. Like some property right now, most property now, we rent it out. Most owners rent it out as partially furnished at least, right? You
Mm.
at least have a kitchen cabinet or some already built ins or something like that. But sometimes you may also provide some electrical such as aircon, because like maybe the developer will actually already deliver that on vacant possession. You already have the air cons and all this, so when you rent out, it's with all the electricals and everything. And with electricals, you have no guarantee that they will last. And and after a while it will go through wear and tear. And also, like in Malaysia also, we are very prone, very famous to have this plumbing issue, right?
Ah, yes.
Leakages and all this. So these are all upkeep and maintenance costs. So you actually have to, if say there is a leakage, you actually don't just fix the leakage. You must find out where it leaks. It affects the wall. You have to do up everything. You got to hack. You got to fix the plumbing, and then you got to man it, and then you got to repaint it, right? So imagine
Yes.
like some projects, like the maybe the quality of the plumbing is not. I've come to, okay, one of the property that I had also was like that. The plumbing system was used that is maybe the meeting the bare minimum standard of of the requirement of the plumbing system. So it actually was very fragile. So it leaks everywhere. So I had headache to fix here, fix there, fix everywhere. Every few months I have a leakage problem. So can you imagine, after a while your wall is like, you had the tape,
It will grow moles.
yeah, you have the tape all over, so so
Oh,
upkeep is a headache, yeah. So yeah, it can be very, very costly as well. Yeah.
yeah. And it's
Mm.
not cheap. Everything is paid on
Yeah,
cash.
that's right. That's right. Not just the cost, is also the trouble to
All
upkeep it.
right,
Yeah.
all right. I
Mm.
understand that because my house is actually the one that I'm staying here right now
Mm.
is pretty
Mm.
old.
Mm.
Okay. So I think 20, 30 years already,
Mm.
20 plus years.
Mm.
So the plumbing is, like
Yeah. It's
when
bad, right? Mm.
I can see waterfall coming down from my mom's master bedroom,
Oh dear.
No joke. So it's like
Pouring.
when the plumber cannot come over to fix something,
Uh,
but when they fix something, they might
mm.
spoil other things, right?
Mm.
So the waterfall just dripped down. Oh, that's that crazy, you see water coming down from the
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's really
yeah,
so this upkeep cost can be a lot. So you need sometimes you cannot even budget for it, right? You don't know which part
yes.
is going to go wrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
and
other
it's
things?
all
Mm.
yeah, and it's always like, you look for it, then from this part to another part,
Mm.
like
Leads to
that.
another part, right?
This to
Yep.
another part. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
I, yeah.
So apart from on upkeep costs, what other things can you think of, Danny? Mm.
For disadvantages,
Mm.
for local wise, I would say not okay, this only happens in Malaysia, yeah. Where
Mm.
I see a lot of people actually get attracted by fake advertisements.
Oh,
Yeah.
fake
Okay.
advertisement like
It
how?
only happens in local Malaysia. Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, in other countries, might not be that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like for example, we do came across something like 400,000. Okay, for
Mm.
a landed house
Mm.
near Old Klang Road.
Mm.
So when you click on it,
Mm.
it's actually not that issues.
Mm. So,
Yeah. I think this is a type of disadvantages because it also shows that a lot of the people that they are conducting business, right, they are
mm.
not being professional enough.
Mm.
I'm only talking about Malaysia, yeah.
Mm.
So for that, right, is all for our viewers, it's also very very important to check that which agency is marketing this,
Mm.
and also that from what you see in the internet, right?
Mm.
Please compare it with what they are offering to you,
Mm.
because a lot of people they might just want to cut off uh cut corners and give you something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think that I would think that is like quite unethical. I think like if you advertise for this location, then it must be at this location. I've come across a
Yes.
few that advertise for this location, but it's elsewhere. Something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, but that is for the buyers to be be cautious. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Mm.
also another one is that for Malaysia, we are actually quite pro tenant
Mm.
actually.
Yes. Yes, that's
So
very true. Mm.
like of course, if someone owes you money, okay,
Mm.
rental money, okay,
Mm.
and they refuse to go out, okay,
Mm.
that might be a very troublesome issues.
Mm.
And where this one also happens in Malaysia, okay,
Mm.
where you have to be aware that you can't really lock them, okay, do not lock them, and also do not barge into the house and drag them out because you're conducting a crime. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So by law, actually, Malaysian law is actually more pro tenant. Yeah. Mm.
Yes.
And it can
Uh,
time. Mm.
yeah. Not only that. Okay. Local Japan. Yeah.
Mm.
Japan is also very pro tenant.
Mm.
Uh, because they want to protect their own people. Okay. They do not have a habit of buying houses, so most of
Mm.
them they actually rent their house.
Mm.
So the locals actually majority they actually rent house.
Mm. Mm.
So there are certain laws that actually protect them where, okay, if I as a tenant do not agree that you're gonna raise the price of my rental,
Mm.
I actually, yeah, you can't raise it. So we will
Mm.
go to the city council or local authorities to sort things out. Like maybe they will do a survey where, okay, surrounding the price is already 2005 US dollar. I'm still renting at 1009.
Mm.
So okay, we can reach a settlement maybe at 2002. So that will be the new rental price. But you have to
Wow.
go through that process.
Oh, that's even worse than Malaysia. Yeah. So we have another
No,
contrast.
they will still pay you. Yeah, they will still
Yeah.
pay you. But
Okay.
Malaysia once, I think the one that I saw is that they just refuse to get out from your house.
Yes, yes. I think when
That will be
yeah,
the trouble.
yeah, true, true. Yeah, I'm sure you have lots of experience. I also experienced one that, the tenant supposed to don't default on payment, not only that, and then
Yes.
and then destroy the property, and then
Yeah.
and manipulate with the meters and all. So so it left the owner, right, really cannot do anything, because you need to, like, give a letter of demand, and then go to the court, and then ask for make a police report and that kind of thing. So it's a lot of
Yes.
hassle to when
Uh,
enter
Very
an
hassle.
arrangement. Mm.
That's why during our process where we filter the tenants for the owners,
Mm,
we actually go through a lot of
mm,
things,
mm.
because if I introduce someone like that to Sue's house, right? I
Mm.
tell you one thing, Sue will remember me for life.
Yeah, I'll call you at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, man.
Yes, and
Midnight, I meant.
and yeah, the thing is that some people can went all out crazy for all this, and it's very
Yeah,
stressful.
yeah, stressful. Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so be
okay.
careful with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when you invest locally, so these are the things that you have to really be cautious, and then be knowing that, yeah, you have the waiting time, you have the high upkeep costs and all, and the pro tenant law, so that you must be very careful who you bring into your house, yeah, as a tenant. Okay.
Yes.
So last episode, we also talked about the advantages of investing in overseas. Danny, can you remember
Yes.
any of the points that you said?
Of course, of course. First one will be from Sue, yeah,
Okay,
because
yes,
I remember Sue says that, she liked to have a holiday home away from home.
yes.
Yeah, like sometimes we are bored with Malaysia already. It's good
Hmm,
to go to Sydney or Melbourne,
yes.
just to hang out there like for 1 or 2 weeks.
That's
Yeah,
right, that's right. So
that,
that is really beautiful.
yeah. Then also currency gain.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
like when we compare Thai baht like years ago and
yes.
now, we
Mm,
actually gain certain
mm,
amount.
yes.
And capital appreciation and rental yield in overseas. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
because in some countries the capital appreciation and rental is always way higher than local.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, for your country, there's only one choice, right? But for overseas, you have the whole world for you to choose on.
That's right. So you can choose for those countries that have very low vacancy rate, like say Australia, typically they have like 0.1, 0.2% of in certain cities, I mean, like in Perth and in
Yes.
Brisbane, and so that you can yeah, you can 1%, I think, 1% or 2%. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so you can choose those cities to invest in, and then and then your property is always in demand. Yeah. So like just now we shared about Malaysia have pro tenant law, but certain other countries have the protect the interests of owners rights too. Like in Australia, I think it's very fair to both side. Both tenant and the owners rights are very well protected by the law over there. Yes. And also in certain countries, you have a very low entry price property, like in Malaysia, right? Like say now a condo, maybe you have to pay about 500,000, but you can go and invest in somewhere else. You can still get like maybe 300,000, 200,000
Yeah.
around there.
Thailand,
Mm.
Thailand, Bangkok
Mm.
studio.
Yeah, you can still get those property in a reasonably good condition, location, and
Yes.
also yeah, and also have the good rental yield as well.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, again, it is not all rosy overseas as well. We have to also be careful of the currency fluctuation, right? Of course, it is good if the currency continue to appreciate after you invest. Then you
Yes.
make more from the capital appreciation and currency appreciation. That is the ideal situation. But there are also situations where the currency can be volatile, moving up and down. So then, if you happen to invest in a property where in a country where the currency continues to weaken, then you will have a scenario that is a big great disadvantage, because your money actually is weakened against your own currency, right? So that means you
Yes.
will make a loss. But I think so far from what our the popular countries that are favored by our investors, like we I can see that there are few countries from our investor normally they go for like Thailand, the Australia and UK property, and then these are the like three most sought after properties under our this and Vietnam as well, right? Under
Yes.
our international portfolio. So yeah, so I did a kind of a comparison on the currency and also the property price. So like say for Thailand, there are actually a slight drop of currency from if you take like maybe 5 years ago until now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so 5 years ago the currency by Thai baht is at 840. Okay, and then this month Thai baht is at 801. Okay, Malaysian ringgit. Okay, so it actually dropped 4.64%. Okay, so that means the currency actually weakens. But then when I compare the property price actually increased 15%. So, so all in all, you actually have a positive growth, even though with the currency drop, because we also are aware that right now, this at this moment, worldwide handling COVID recovery slowly. So economy is not doing so well. So a lot of currencies are weakened as well. So so this is one of the factor that affects your the value of your property. But I also compare like Australia, in October 2016 the currency was about 3.17 to one our ringgit, 3.17 to one Australian dollar, and October this month it's only 3.11. So it dropped about 1.89% compared to 5 years ago. But the property price is increased by 10%. So
Yes.
so that means like you actually don't make a loss anyway, right? Because your property price actually increase over the time, right? And then I also compare the UK. October 2016 is about 510, and now this month October 2021 is 5 ringgit 71 per 1 pound. So increased by 11.9%. And not only that, property price in the last 5 years increased by 18.8%. So that is a big gain
Yes.
for UK, both gain from the appreciation, currency appreciation, and also the capital appreciation. So these are so I would say that currency fluctuation is a real risk that you have to consider, but you also have to consider the potential of the property, how the prices go as well. Mm,
Hmm.
mm,
I agree with the whatever you Sue just shared just now,
mm.
because sometimes yeah, this thing might be disadvantageous, but there's also the great appreciation that comes
Yes, you
with
have to look at the whole picture, like
whole
as
picture.
in like how your property price make up the currency depreciation or appreciation, something like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then for my point will be the political situation.
Mm,
Okay. Like in some country they might not be as peaceful, as
yes.
what we are having right now.
Yes. That's
There
right.
are riots, or
Mm,
there are small
mm,
campaigns going on. Okay,
mm,
just a
mm,
story sharing that I have a Singaporean friend
mm,
that's working in Myanmar.
mm. Okay. Right
So
now will be bad then.
yes,
Mm,
so like I think 3 4 months ago, yeah, we are on chat, our group chat or something
mm,
like. He says that a bunch of his co-workers actually
mm,
went out to a bar or something to drink.
mm.
Then suddenly the whole road being sealed off
Oh.
because they found a bomb there. Yeah. So and also I do know some students from Myanmar, you know, their parents actually send them off to UK or in Australia to study
Mm,
because they really want to they really want to have a much more safer environment for their kids. So
mm,
political situations might be very bad
mm,
for investor
yeah.
because unless your risk appetite is great, then of course you can go on it.
Yeah.
But
So,
for real estate investment, all the time we actually choose the countries that we feel safe because
mm,
you security is one of the most important thing, you know, when it comes to real estate.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
for our tenants as well.
So we try to think for our investor actually, like so we will advise accordingly, to avoid certain things and all. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay. Investing in overseas, there are also a lot of other hidden costs as well. Like, if you buy in Australia, then they will be like the FIRB, the Foreign Investment Revenue Board fee. That will be about 6,000 something Australian. And then you have also foreign stamping duty that is like, 7 to 8% in different states. Then if you buy into Singapore, they have a foreign buyer's stamp duty additional about 20%, and then UK surcharge of additional about 2% for foreigners. And then also Canada, the non-residential speculation tax will be depending on different area. That's about plus or minus 15%. So all
yes.
this you got to go in if you decide to invest in overseas, then you need to really find out this cost, this additional cost as a foreigner. What are the additional costs that you need to take care of when you buy into another country? So this one, yeah, it's best you have some professionals like us to help you with, and then we will of course be furnishing you with all the information that you need, and then guiding you through every steps that you need to be aware, and then to prepare you for different kind of payment, and let you be aware. So it's always our job, our responsibility to share all these important factors and important decision making information as well with all our investors, and so that you will be ensured that you are guided by professionals and very trained in these different countries. Yeah. Mm, mm,
Yeah, then because Sue mentioned about tax just now, right?
mm,
Okay, for me, one of it is also high taxes.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
one of the most famous one will be inheritance tax. Okay,
mm,
there are countries that do not have inheritance tax, but
mm,
there are some countries they actually have. Okay,
mm,
so the famous one, Japan.
mm.
Japan has one of the highest inheritance tax at 55%.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So that's why a lot of people they didn't want to own something in Japan too. Okay.
Mm,
Of course, foreigners they actually wanted to own something in Japan because the
mm,
appreciation and also the income that you generate from it
mm.
is awesome, tremendous.
Yes, yes,
You know, everyone wants to go to Japan for holidays, this and
yes,
that.
yes, yes. Mm,
Yeah, but then of course, when it comes to inheritance tax, you have to pay attention to it. Like
mm.
even South Korea, if I'm not mistaken, is around 50%,
Wow.
50.
Wow. It's expensive.
So yeah,
Mm,
these are the tax that we have to bear in mind with. And
mm,
then also other than inheritance tax, like let's say you're renting, right?
mm.
You're renting out, you generate rental income. So for Singapore, non-residential rate, a residence rate for net rental income is actually at 22%.
Wow.
So you have to allocate that, yeah. So
Yeah.
try not to skip your tax
So you
because
wipe out all the profit that you already you are
no
getting
net
back.
net net. So basically you earn 100, then you give 22.
Yeah, that's right.
You know
That's
you
a
have
lot.
to earn.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Key point is you have to earn. What
Mm,
if you don't earn?
yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah, okay. So along with other disadvantages, right now very evident is that if your property is overseas, you can't visit when there is a COVID.
Yeah.
So right now we are in a border restriction, though we are very lucky that our borders are slowly opening up, and then we can start hopefully soon can start to visit again. But in this world, there are a lot of other countries are still having their border restrictions, so we cannot see and cannot visit. Yeah, so this is one
Yeah.
of the disadvantage. If you, of course, if you invest locally, then this won't be a problem. But then yeah, then when the border restriction, then you have a problem of not able to see your property for some time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
That's
mm,
true.
mm. What other
And
things, Danny?
I think for the final point of
Mm,
tonight is that loan
mm,
issues.
mm,
Okay, as a foreigner, sometimes it's harder to get good rates.
mm.
Okay, you can some countries might not offer loans to
Yes,
foreigners,
yes, that's very true.
and if they offer, the rates will not be as good. Okay,
Mm,
example Thailand.
mm,
Thailand's mortgage for foreigners is around 7 to 8%.
mm,
Yeah, for Malaysia, if you are normally it's around three plus minus.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
So a lot of times we will actually consult our investors,
mm,
just refinance the house over here and use
mm.
cash to buy it.
Yeah.
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 Because we have to understand that sometimes they want to protect their locals, or else all of the foreigners jump over and then everyone gets get
Mm,
mortgages, right? So a lot of people will actually stock up all the houses, and then the price will actually go higher and higher until the locals will not have a chance to chase over.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so uh, be careful and also be smart about the mortgages.
Yes, yes. Very, yes, we always, some countries definitely it's very hard to get loan at
Mm.
all for foreigners. Yeah, so and even if you can qualify for the loan, the certain countries the amount of documentation is so long, lengthy, and so tedious. You might just want to give up buying the property altogether. Yeah, so
Yeah,
we always, yeah, for this country we always will if the investors intend to invest in this country, then we will just let you know that it's better that you have the cash to buy into that property. Yeah, otherwise loan is quite impossible. Yeah.
yep,
So I think yeah, we have shared all the advantages and disadvantages of investing locally and abroad, and we covered all in over the 2 episodes. We hope everybody are aware of all these these good and bad points. But yeah, we hope everybody can invest wisely, and if you do have any question, do leave a message at the Facebook page, and we will come back to you. So yeah, Danny, so do you have anything else to say, Danny?
well, for me is that all these pros and cons,
Mm,
you can actually leverage on the advantages, and
mm,
for the disadvantages, you can actually seal it safely where we will actually consult you on it.
mm,
Because try not to see disadvantages as the very bad thing, because disadvantages is always there no matter in what financial choice or decision that we are making. It's just that how we turn that into something that makes us feel more secure. Because a lot of people, a lot of the investor will think that oh, all these things is there's disadvantages. There's no 100% protection. My I can't justify it, but actually it's not true. So for us, we know that that's why we can avoid it.
mm,
We know that because of all the research and also we went through a lot of experience, so we can actually leverage on it.
Mm.
Yeah, investing in real estate is one of the easiest thing to do because you don't have a very high risk over there.
Mm.
Okay, at most you still have that house. Okay, but speaking of other type of investment, at most you might burn everything down, and
Mm.
some you might even lose money if you start a business,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
If your business fail, and then also you have debts to pile up,
Mm.
so that's hard. Yeah.
Yes.
So for us, we actually hope that me and Sue actually hope that our little sharing over here can actually help you in your journey. And of course, in the future, we will come up with different topics that actually will help out everyone. And also, just remember, investing in overseas real estate, right, is not hard at all.
Mm.
So we are always here for you and your friends as well.
Okay, so do stay
Yep.
tuned for our Facebook Live every Friday at 9:30 for our other international property sharing. And also, if you have missed any of our episodes, do log in to Facebook page IQI International Sales or YouTube to watch the replay. And we hope you support us by sharing our program with your friends and family. And meanwhile, this good night from me and Danny. And stay safe and take care. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you
Bye.
for watching.